I'm always looking for a new challenge. There are a lot of mountains to climb out there. When I run out of mountains, I'll build a new one. I believe there's an inner power that makes winners or losers, and the winners are the ones who really listen to the truth of their hearts. I believe any success in life is made by going into an area with a blind, furious optimism. There's a natural law of karma, that vindictive people who go out of their way to hurt others will end up broke and alone. I am not the richest, smartest, or most talented person in the world, but I succeed because I keep going and going and going. When life hits you pretty hard, you can go into a dark corner. I learned the real meaning of love. Love is absolute loyalty. People fade, looks fade, but loyalty never fades. You can depend so much on certain people, you can set your watch by them, and that's love, even if it doesn't seem very exciting. Success is usually the culmination of controlling failure. Once in one's life, for one mortal moment, one must make a grab for immortality. If not, one has not lived. If you express yourself too much, you're considered weak. I'm not handsome in the classical sense. The eyes droop, the mouth is crooked, the teeth aren't straight, the voice sounds like a mafioso pallbearer, but somehow it all works. Every time I've failed, people had me out for the count, but I always come back. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. If you're willing to take the humiliation of sticking your head above the crowd, maybe it's, the pleasure will be worth the pain. It would be great to be able to pass on to someone all of the successes, the failures, and the knowledge that one has had. To help someone avoid all the fire, pain, and anxiety would be wonderful. I have great expectations for the future, because the past was highly overrated. Don't be gullible, use life before it uses you, understand there are no free lunches, and for every action you take, there's a reaction. When you're scared, when you're hanging on, when life is hurting you, then you're going to see what you're really made of. If you think people are inherently good, you get rid of the police for 24 hours, see what happens. The fear is the fuel that we use for overachievement. If I wasn't afraid at times, I wouldn't work as hard. Consider the source. Don't be a fool by listening to a fool. Your spiritual sense will make you either a winner or a loser. Remember, the mind is your best muscle. Big arms can move rocks, but big words can move mountains. Ride the brain train for success. Going on one more round, when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going, rather than retreat. I stopped thinking the way other people think a long time ago. You gotta think like you think. If you look back at life, I bet you will regret about 80% of your actions, but life consists of all mistakes. You have to be really loyal to the people that supported you when you were coming up. Life is an opponent that never stops punching, so you better never stop punching back. If you don't have a mountain, build one and then climb it, and after you climb it, build another one, otherwise you start to flatline in your life. I've kind of fashioned my life after a slinky, bend me in a million shapes, and eventually I'll spring back to what I originally was. Don't discuss your dreams, pursue them. Time is truly the great enemy, it's not the great healer, it's the great stealer. The world meets nobody halfway. When you want something, you gotta take it. Dreams cost nothing. They are free. The hard part is just keeping them going. You have to grab life by the throat and squeeze before it grabs you by your neck and breaks it. Own your destiny. Every rep I did on chin-ups, on squats with 500 pounds, I never said to myself, oh, my God, another rep. I said, yes, another rep, because that will make my dream turn into a reality. I'd rather do something I love badly than to feel bad about not doing something I love. Study people's success stories hard, study their failures even harder. Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are. Now if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth.